maybe a two-pronger for you here to start. How do you feel about how your team is doing in the standings and how you're playing? And then some thoughts on your game personally. I don't know if you'd call it a scoring slump or not, but whatever you call it, how much easier is it to deal with when your team is winning?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we don't really look at too much at the standings. I guess it is a shortened season, so there's less than 40 games left. But I mean, we like the way we're playing. I guess the way we like the way we're trending. So, but we know it's a dogfight every night in this division, and it's going to be tight to the end. So, can't get caught up in that too much. I guess it's good. It's obviously like the production hasn't been that last road trip wasn't there, but I still feel like we had a lot of chances and created a good amount of things that just didn't end up in the back of the net or like the KC goal. You kind of create and someone else gets to touch on it so you don't get an assist. But there's still offense there. It just isn't going in. So obviously I've always been preaching to find that consistency and I don't think my game has changed too much. I think it's just kind of the end result a little bit. So something you work through and you work on in practice and take personally. But like you said, it's a lot easier to kind of go through those ups and downs when at the end of the day the team is winning. And I obviously we talked a lot about production and my offensive improvements and all that. But that's I guess the beauty of what I bring is, it's not all offense and, especially with Milas and Appleton together now, it's, a heck of a defensive shutdown type line where, we force teams to play in their defensive zone. The PK has been really good lately. Obviously I'm not happy with, the scoring, whatever you want to call it, but, I'm still doing all the other things that make me successful. So, that offensive production will come back soon.
We'll go next to Stephen Wino from the Associated Press. Go ahead, Stephen.
Thanks, Traeger. Andrew, from down in the States, speaking of offense, we see so many of these North Division games being 6-5, 5-4. Can you put your finger on why your guys' division is such an offensively powered division?
You look at superstars a little bit, I guess, Matthews, Marner, McDavid, Draisaitl, those two guys, or those four guys in particular, some of the best in the league. We got, highly offensive guys here. You look at up and down our lineup, obviously Scheifele's on like a 9-game point streak or whatever it is. It seems like every team's got, high-end offensive talent. So, and not that there isn't in the States, but just feel like it's just shined so far this year. So, I think every coach in the North Division's a little eager to get back to the 2-1 games, but finding that right balance between concentrating on defense but allowing your offensive players to play their game is going to be important for every team in this North Division down the road. So can't really put a finger on it, but it does feel like the high end stars are definitely shining bright so far.
We'll go next to Murat Atesh from the Athletic. Go ahead, Murat.
Thanks, Gregor. Andrew, speaking of some of those high-end stars, you put a couple of them on their butts during the 2-on-2 drill there. And I'm wondering, in those battles with Scheifele and Connor, is that you trying to establish a standard for competitiveness? Is that you trying to get you going, them going? Where's that extra boost coming from?
I don't know. I think we got scored. Me and Appleton got scored on the shift before by Scheifele and KC. So I think, one of us thought we got interfered with. One of us thought we got held. So, anytime you get scored on in practice by your teammates, I think the intensity starts to ramp up a little bit. It's all fun and games until someone gets scored on. So I think we took that a little personally and seen Scheifele play with the puck a million times and knew the cutback was coming. So I decided to put a little shoulder in the chest. But, I wasn't looking for anything dirty or anything like that. It wasn't anything like that. But I feel like the intensity in that 2-on-2 ramped up a lot after that. So it was a fun little battle today. But I think my friend card was revoked for the rest of the day.
We'll go next to Jeff Hamilton from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, Andrew, Montreal had a lot of hype kind of coming into the season, and certainly has been well regarded throughout this year. A great start for them too. I know it's kind of tapered off a little bit, but you guys haven't seen the Canadians yet this year, and when you look at the stats, they're kind of in and around the middle of everything, and don't necessarily do one thing particularly great, but maybe everything kind of good. What have you kind of seen from them in tape?
Well, we haven't really gone over them too much in preparation, but just from watching them play, I mean, their back end's pretty heavy. Like, I mean, Weber, Edmondson, Sherratt. I mean, Petrie's a great skater, but also heavy. So they got some meat on that blue line. Their forwards are kind of what they've been with, like they're really fast, they're quick on it. They got great sticks. Not necessarily as physical, but now with Anderson coming in, it makes them a lot more physical up front. So, I mean, they got a good team. They got some depth. There's, Joel on there. Armia's had a great year so far. I know he got hurt, but, so yeah, I mean, like they're a good team, and obviously always with Price in that, they're going to be hard to put pucks past. So, yeah, I feel like they're kind of a top to bottom, depth type team, and we're going to need to be on our A game for sure these next two.
We'll go next to Sean Reynolds from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, Andrew, outside maybe Toronto, you're really the only team in this division that hasn't had kind of that down slump where the team seems to have kind of lost its game for a bit and shows in the standings. Jeff had just said Montreal seems to be on a little bit of a downslide. What goes into being that team that doesn't lose a handle on its game? I know you guys like to push and make sure you don't lose 2 games back to back, but it seems like not losing your handle on your game and your style game and kind of getting lost in the woods for a while, that seems to be something that every team deals with. Why haven't you guys dealt with it yet?
I mean, I think part of it is our depth that we have and the ability for any one line to kind of drive us on a night. I mean, obviously Scheifele and Dubé kind of were the catalyst the other night. For the stretch of time, it was me, Stas, and Nicky, and then Lauzappi and Frenchie had games where they were kind of driving us. So it feels like our depth, like our off nights haven't been as often when we're in. It feels like at least one line can go and win us the game on any given night. So I feel like we're really confident not only in our own game and our line mates' game, but on any given night it can be any one of our lines that kind of is the difference in the game. So we're pretty confident, I guess, and in our ability to kind of show up on a night-to-night basis and have anybody be the game breaker.
And final question to Sarah Oleski from TSN. Go ahead, Sarah.
Hey, Andrew, I just wanted to follow up on Murat's question, and your comment kind of gave me a chuckle about the friend card maybe being revoked for the afternoon. What was Mark's reaction? Did he have any words for you?
He didn't have any words for me. I think he just kind of gave me a stare, and I tried to tap him on the shin pad after practice, and he's like, you're dead to me today. So I don't know. We'll see how serious he is.
Thanks very much.